Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie and today we are going to fill out our bullet journal spread for May 2022. And I'm very nervous about this prompt because according to the jar of said prompts, I am going to be doing a medieval theme. And the nervousness comes from the fact that the medieval time spans so many years that I just didn't know where to start. So the first thing I did was go online and research images and tapestries and the way in which people who lived during these times drew things. Let me just say, some of the perspectives are really wonky, but I'm going to use that excuse as to why my own drawings in this bullet journal are a little wonky. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but it's my personal journal, so it is what it is. I had a lot of fun, I have to admit, doing this lettering. I think I spent a long time, most of the time, doing the lettering in this bullet journal. I don't know, it's just something about fancy writing, fancy fonts just gets you, So you can see that I'm just copying from my phone what font to do for May, and it kind of bothers me that my A is so far from my M. I mean, it still looks good, and you'll also see that I kind of sketched out the drawing off camera, and that's just because as I said before, I was looking at tapestries and paintings, and this is kind of like a summation of my findings in this one drawing. So basically, there's a knight sitting on a horse, and there's like a knight below the horse who is like surrendering almost in this battle because chivalric glory was so important during these times. And yeah, my head is in the way here just a bit because I don't know if you realize, maybe you did or not, I don't know, but I have nails on. I am very proud of myself because I don't tend to wear a lot of nails often, but I decided that because this was my celebration for the end of school, I sat down and filled out my bullet journal, and I decided I'd wear nails because I wanted to feel like pretty, and I cannot draw with nails, I cannot type with nails because I have one of those like manual keyboards. I guess people would refer to it now as a gamer's keyboard, where the keys are really like, they stick up from the actual base motherboard a lot, so my nails kept on getting stuck. And anyways, I'm getting off topic here, I digress. Okay, I just realized that while I was drawing, I had to hold my pen differently due to the nails. So that's basically all my little tangent over there was. You can also see that I am outlining the horse. The horse is a little wonky. I don't know what that leg is doing up, but you should have seen the original tapestry drawing for the horse. I'm just saying. It wasn't all that stellar either. Definitely no points for realism there, but I think it turned out cute. Another thing that I realized about medieval time tapestries is that they're very detailed. So my whole minimalism kind of flew out the window with this kind of theme. Well, actually, okay, that's kind of a lie because I did try and incorporate minimalism while at the same time mimicking the medieval times air, and in the end, I think it kind of worked out. If I were to redo this bit, I would say that I'd have to redo some of my borders just to make them a little more detailed, but other than that, I really like how this cover spread turned out. My book itself has white paper, and so you will see me go in a little later on with a pencil crayon just to kind of cover up the white background so that at least it looks a little vintagey. I don't know, vintage, retro, medieval times, just old. Maybe it's just maybe it's just old. But yeah, that is what we are going with right now. I don't know, just coloring in that May title was so satisfying, and then for some weird reason I decided to add a sun because I just thought it was too plain, and then I saw an image on Google Images where someone drew a sun, so yeah, that's where the sun came from. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a car in the background. So yeah, just maybe I'll just mute myself for a while and we can listen to the, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, this is what it's looking like. I decided to add some orange highlights because I thought you would see it better and it looked a little older. I don't know. A lot of this was just kind of experimenting. I colored in the horse so that it looked kind of snazzy jazzy with some sky blue markers. I don't use markers for everything in this bullet journaling spread because I didn't have the shades that I wanted, and also I wanted some lighter background colors, hence the crayon in the background later on. But yeah, and then for some reason I decided to add these little tufts on the horse. I'm not sure what type of horse this is, but it kind of reminds me of Pegasus in Hercules, which I know is a completely different time. But yeah, just thought that was interesting, and of course I had to color in the little dude here, the knight. I had fun, to be honest. It was fun and relaxing. I got to choose what the shields would look like, which, you know, has the houses normally on them. I have to say, doing this spread, I'm glad that I had enough time to kind of sit down and figure out what I wanted to do in this spread, because I probably wouldn't have done a spread like this if I were any busier. You have noticed that I've been off Instagram for a while, and that's just due, well, okay, I've been off Instagram for a while because I've just been really busy, and while I have still been uploading YouTube videos, most of them are journaling videos because I use journaling as a way to kind of relax my mind after a busy day, which is a whole lot different than making AuthorTube videos, but I will get to those soon. So if you are following me and subscribe to me for that AuthorTube content, it is coming. And if you are subscribed to me for journaling purposes, well then I have news for you, because I love journaling and I have been in this journaling loop ever since I have suddenly gained all this spare time on my hands. So yeah, here we go. And of course, right now I am just adding some little like border frames, corner frames, to this image in an attempt to make it a little more fancy. Now we are on the calendar page, and I decided that I would do something really minimalistic. So there isn't much decorating, there is more coloring than decorating, and first off I drew 3 little kind of shields, quote unquote shields, because I just thought they were cute. And you see this stuff in medieval books all the time with the little circles, I don't know. And then on the top I drew in a joker. In the middle, I drew in a flower, which you will see is a reoccurring motif in this spread. And the last circle has a bunny in it. And I saw this in a bullet journaling inspiration image on Google Images with a bunny blowing a horn, and I thought it was so adorable, so I just had to add it. So there we go. It's not my own bunny, but I thought it was really cute. So yeah. Yeah, and then I colored them in. I tried to kind of coordinate the colors so that they all matched and kind of were cohesive in some way. I'm not sure I actually succeeded in doing that, so I do go in and add some more pizzazz to the little shields on this calendar spread. You'll see that I am also writing the word calendar in that fancy font once again. Another satisfying time and redemption time for me after my big space between the M and the A on the previous spread. I don't know, there's just something about medieval font that just trumps all other font. Like if I had to pick a font to use daily, it would totally be this font, except for that I'd have trouble kind of deciphering it if I had to read it on a daily basis. So yeah, and here is my trusty golden marker that I use. I feel like I use it all the time to add any golden highlights. I love it. It is the bomb. think it's acrylic paint. So it does, like, you can't write on it after you use it. You can't draw anything underneath. This is where I was saying that I would have liked to have texture, but unfortunately this gold marker does not allow you to have anything in pen or pencil over top or underneath show through. So I'd have to actually get out my acrylic paints and paint something else to kind of make it visible. But for now, I am very happy with just having this gold banner. I think it's really cute, and my obsession with the side banners has come back. And then just to kind of top it off, since my top is very simple, as you can see here, I just decided to draw a line. I don't know, I do the same type of calendar spread so often, but for some reason this month's calendar spread just looks different. It just has a different vibe to it, and I'm all for it. I think the calendar spread is my favorite of this bullet journaling video. I just think it's the best mix between simple and medieval. Next, for the weekly spreads, you'll notice that I am doing 2 weekly spreads in this video. Because school is over, I'm not doing much, except for extra school and work and YouTube and things like that. All in all, I just have a lighter load, and so I don't actually use my weekly planner as much, which is why I don't want to waste pages. So my goal is that by having a week per page, I have enough room to still jot down task lists and still jot down notes without having to worry about wasting space or filling up the space with a bunch of tasks that I'm not going to do. But otherwise, during the school year, I pretty much fill up each space that I allow myself to fill up in my bullet journaling videos. I don't know. Another thing that I think is really important when you journal is to kind of figure out what works for you. And I know it's easier said than done, but in truth, that is it. Like, I have gone through quite a bit of journals trying to figure out what my life schedule is, that now I am safe to say that I'm in that zone where I know exactly what I want, and I just feel good about myself because I'm not wasting paper and it looks good and I can experiment now. So yeah, if this isn't working for you, maybe you need more space, maybe you need less, do what works for you. But yeah, and of course I had to do the medieval font in numbers. I think they're so cute. And last but not least, because the spread is looking pretty plain, I added some flower vines, and I added those blue little flowers that you saw in the middle shield on the calendar spread. And I think it looks really cute. It is really plain and minimalistic, but I really like it. How it turned out is the mix of what I kind of wanted and what my goal was for 2022. So yeah, that's my quarterly update, or is it like 6-month update? It's an almost 6-month update for you on how my journaling is going, and I'm just gonna say that it's going well. And you can see here that I have gone back to the front spread because I did think that it was a little plain. So this is where I'm going to take that pencil crayon, as I mentioned before, to color the background so that it's not stark white. I'm adding a border to kind of make the cover, calendar, and weekly spreads match up. And you'll see on the left hand page the spread is just blank, and that's for my jot notes. One of these days I'm going to go back and actually make a quotes page, but for now it's going to remain a jot notes page because that is what's working for me and I love it. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe down below and give this video a big thumbs up. I love journaling and sharing bullet journal spreads, and I hope to see you all in the next video. See you soon. Bye.